All right, guys. So tonight, this is driver.
Hello and welcome in to tonight's debut race for the Redemption iRacing Truck Series here on Hutchison Motorsports TV. I'm Jesse Becker here with you tonight on the call. A bit of a preseason race for these guys. They're going to be live here on the channel. Not if every Saturday night, most of the Saturday nights going forward. 15 car field on tap tonight. Joseph Smith in the 31 is going to be the fastest car in practice with a 29.863. Xavier Regelbrogi here, not too far behind, only 5/100ths off of that time. Dylan Carrier out of Kendallville, Indiana, third fastest in practice. Getting ready to get into qualifying here in just a few moments, from what I understand. Should be a good race here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Excited to see some new faces. If you're a new face out there watching the stream, go ahead and give us a like and a subscribe. It really helps out. As we see the 31 of Joseph Smith out of Columbia, Maryland, hitting the track. Let's see what he can do here in qualifying. A lot of new names, a lot of new faces to get used to here, but it should be a good time. If you're new here and not quite familiar with Hutchison Motorsports TV, we are what we like to call the world's #1 streaming service, as long as you don't count all the other ones. We have plenty of live events throughout the week. If you want more information, go ahead and check out the links in the description of the stream. You can find our Discord. As Joseph Smith gets ready to finish his first lap here, we'll see what time he can put on the board. Probably going to be the first one here to set a time. Let's see if he can set a good benchmark here. 30.428 on the first lap for Joseph Smith. Got a fan in the chat, Cher Holler. Have a good race, Holler. And Mikkelsen, if I'm pronouncing that wrong, let me know. A lot of new names. It's probably just Mikkelsen. As Joseph Smith comes across the stripe once again, is his second lap going to be quicker? No, it is not. His first time will stand. Wyatt Mickelson, Mesa, Arizona, currently second on the board. He's finishing his second lap now, coming out of turns 3 and 4 in that Toyota Tacoma. His lap number 2 is going to be quicker, 30.33 for him, but still 0.3 off of the lead. Noah Blackwell coming out of turn 4 for his second lap finishing. His time going to have him in 4th. The 5 truck Xavier Regelbrugge looking to take over this pole position. He was quick lap number 1, but not quick enough. Can lap number 2 do it? Now he does improve, but not enough to take over the lead. 5 100ths off. We've got the 22 of Phil Simpson. Might have scraped the wall a little bit there. I'm not quite sure. His time going to be good enough for 10th place. He's going to need to find some pace during the race. He's about a little over a second off of your leader. Couple of new trucks hitting the track here. We got Ryan Holar starting his qualifying run in that 33 machine. Another truck on tracks, the 69 of John Kraverick. We'll see what these guys can do, what times they can get up on the board here. Holar crosses the stripe. His first lap good enough for 5th. Not a bad start there for him. A lot of guys have been improving on their second laps. We'll see if they can do it here. As he goes the high line through 3 and 4, comes out through the tri-oval for his second lap. What's it going to be for Ryan Holler? He improves, but only by 4 100ths. Still going to be in 5th place. What about the 69 of John Kraverick? Currently 11th best time on the board out of Bethel. No clue what state. He's going to come across the stripe, and the time is going to be good enough for 10th. He moves up. Takes over that top 10 starting spot over Dylan Carrier. No trucks currently on the track at the moment. Joseph Smith, the 31 out of Columbia, Maryland, going to stay on the pole position. 4 trucks left to qualify. We'll see if any of them hit the track or if we're going to go straight into the starting grid here soon. Once again, I see we got 20 people already watching tonight. Good to see you. If you're new here, go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Say something in the chat. Say hello. Lots of new faces and new names out here on the stream tonight. Show your support. We're glad to be bringing you this race here, this preseason promo race here, the Redemption iRacing Truck Series at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Let's find somebody here on the track. so we can get this starting grid underway. I see some of them down there. Here we go. Let's bring the tunes back in for tonight's starting grid in the Redemption iRacing Truck Series. On the front row is going to be the 31 of Joseph Smith, Chesapeake Racing, with a 30.006. To his outside is going to be the 5 of Xavier Regelbrugge. Row number 2, Dallas Seiwert in the 38, and Wyatt Mickelson in the 51 for Fueled Up Motorsports. Row number 3 has Ryan Haller in the 33, and Noah Blackwell, nicknamed Spicy Egg Roll, in the NJBDesigns.com racing machine. Row number 4 has the 25 of Jeff Engler and the 24 of Paul Zathmary out of Germany. Row number 5, the 64 of Zach Wareham and the 69 of John Graverick, Two-Sick Racing. Row number 6, Dylan Carrier in the 15, Phil Simpson in the 22. Row number 7, the 48 of Jordan Hand and Grant Applegate in the 57. And the last row of the field here is going to be the 15, Vincent Provenzano in the 3, and Keegan Huey in the 83 for Clater Huey Racing. That's going to wrap up the night's starting grid. Let's tuck that away. Get this music. We'll leave it on for just a second. We've got a little bit to go. Dallas Seiwert in the chat, who let me qualify P3? That's a bad idea. We'll see how bad of an idea it really is, as we're getting ready to drop the hammer here. Field getting ready to go through 3 and 4. We'll see what happens here. Preseason action for the Redemption iRacing Truck Series. This race does have one stage. Lap 25 will be the one stage break. Pace car is getting ready to take the hard left turn onto pit lane. These two Chesapeake trucks going to lead the way. Joseph Smith, Xavier Regelbrugge takes the green flag for the first time on HMS TV. The Redemption iRacing Series goes green. Good clean racing through the field here. No incidents yet. It's getting spicy still for the lead between these two teammates. Joseph Smith going to try to settle into the lead here. Xavier Regelbrugge takes the lead back out of turn 2, but the 31 is not done. He's going to drive it in on the inside in 3 and 4. He gets loose. The 31 gets loose. He's able to save it, but he's going to lose several spots. Dallas Seiwert and Noah Blackwell get by him. Wyatt Mickelson in the 51 as well. It's getting spicy. The 31 in contact with the 33. How they able to keep it straight, I'm not sure. The 31 qualified in the front, and he's dropping back after getting loose. It is getting sketchy. As you see, the 18 of Noah Blackwell, he's trying to get into that second spot. He's going to get by the 38 of Dallas Seiwert. He's going to see what he can do to get up towards this leader. You see here the 33 of Ryan Haller. He's in a bit of a hornet's nest with the 31, the 25, the 64, the 15, all right here under a blanket. It's your battle for 6th through 9th or so, as he races side by side with the, I believe the truck says 17. I believe his in-game number is 25. It's Jeff Engler there. But Xavier Regelbrugge continuing to lead this thing as we're 5 laps into stage number 1. Noah Blackwell has settled into second. Dallas Seward continues to be third out of Merrill, Wisconsin in that 38 machine. Wyatt Mickelson hanging out in 4th place in that 51 truck. And Paul Sathmary out of Dresden, Germany, currently in your 5th spot. Looking through the chat, we got Cher Holler saying, "Come on 33 Holler, Sarasota, Florida." Cheering on that 33 truck. And Jamal Stevens saying, "Let's go Mojo, fast and steady." Glad to see you all here. Showing your support is that 33 truck of Ryan Holler in a Hornet's Nest. He's kind of 3 wide there. He's going to get by the 15. Or maybe he's holding him off, I'm not sure. But he's going to stay in that 6th spot, and they're side by side behind him for 7th. Dylan Carrier, Kendallville, Indiana, taking that 7th spot. But he's under pressure from your pole sitter, the 31 of Joseph Smith. Good battle in here throughout the field, 8 laps in. No crashes yet, no junk yet, as Blake would say if he was here. It's been good racing so far. The 15 Dylan Carrier looking to put pressure now on that 33 truck of Ryan Holler. They're going to go side by side across the stripe. This is your battle for 7th we're watching here. The 64, Zach Wareham, trying to put his name in the hat. Certainly getting spicy here. All your guys out in front kind of getting spread out now. This is the closest battle on the track by far right now. Dylan Carrier, a driver for his own team, Carrier Motorsports. Going to take over that 6th spot in the 64, Zach Wareham. Going to take over that 7th position. The 33 not quite done yet. He's going to keep the pressure going. He's got to watch out, though. The 48, Jordan Hand. It's 3 on the truck, but number 48 in the sim, he's putting the pressure on now. Side by side with the 33 of Holler. Once these guys get settled back in, we'll take a look, check on your leader here. Xavier Regelbrugge continuing to lead the way. The lead growing. It's up to about 0.7 of a second over Noah Blackwell. 14 laps to go in stage number 1 here. Noah Blackwell, as mentioned, continuing to hold on to that 2nd spot in that 18 truck. Wyatt Mickelson holding on to 3rd, but he's starting to... I'm sorry, he passed Dallas Seward for 3rd. He just moved up into that spot. We've got a battle back here for 9th. Grant Applegate makes the pass on the 33 truck. The 33 right back into more pressure from Keegan Huey in the 83 out of Bentonville, Arkansas. The 33 is slipping here early, not catching any breaks. Continuing to bring the fight to that 83, though, down the backstretch. They go side by side into turns 3 and 4. Not able to get clear yet. Good battle ahead of him for 7th, or for 7th rather. Between the 48 and the 64, Zach Wareham trying to take that spot over, running the high lane. He's going to cover that spot up. Ottawa, Ontario, Canada for that driver. Never underestimate in the chat saying, "Go Reggie Burger, go." I have to assume that's in reference to our race leader, whose name I hope I'm pronouncing right, Xavier Regelbrugge. We take a look at Noah Blackwell here. We can look at his last lap compared to the leader's last lap. Fairly similar times, but Noah Blackwell a little bit quicker that last time around. Quicker this time around too, but not by much, only a couple hundredths of a second. So while he is gaining a little bit on that 5 truck, it's nothing huge. You can see here Blackwell started in 6th place, currently up to 2nd, so a good start for his race. Let's take a look at our biggest mover through the field. It's going to be that 83 truck of Keegan Huey there. Currently in that 10th spot. You can see he started all the way back in 16th. Caution is out for the first time. I see smoke up ahead, and the 38 is involved. Dallas Sowert. Oh, he gets hit again. We're going to have to take a look at that. Unfortunate for the 38 of Sowert. It says before that, though, that Keegan Huey crashed. So let's go back and take another look here. See what we can see from the Harpoon Design blimp cam. It looks like it happens up in front. That's not a good view. Let's see if we get a better view from the Dallas Sowert here. Let's just back it up manually. Take another look at what happened here. You see the 24 and the 38 side by side here. The 24 looks like he just pushes up a little bit, catches the 38 on the back end there. Oh, and that's a hard hit for the driver that was the biggest mover, the 83 of Keegan Huey. He was trying to go low, couldn't get it done. Let's ride along with the 83. Nothing he could have done there, unfortunately. He's going to hit pit road. These drivers do have one faster pair tonight, and they're thankful for it right now. But take a look at the drivers that hit pit road. It's a lot of your front runners. The 5 of Regelbrugge, the 51 of Mickelson, the 38 of Seward, of course, involved in that accident. The 33 of Ryan Holler hits pit road. The man who stayed out is going to lead the way, Paul Sathmary, out of Germany. As we run our first caution laps of the night here. Blake Hutchinson in the chat with his trademark, he junked him. And he's reminding you guys, like and subscribe. In fact, we have just the man to remind you to like and subscribe here, Mr. Larry McReynolds.
I'm Larry McReynolds. Remember, in any type of racing, it's all about execution. So right now, subscribe to Hutchinson Motorsports TV today. You know America's crew chief. I would never steer you wrong.
Hutchinson Motorsports TV is back. The lights are bright and the stands are...
Now you better listen to Larry McReynolds and hit that subscribe button right now. As the pace car going to cross the stripe here, we'll see if the lights on the pace car shut off. And we start getting ready to go. 1 to go here. And they do. These drivers going to line them up once again. Probably getting close to the stage end here. Of course, stage number 1 going to end here at lap 25. That's the only stage break of the night. 80 laps total on tap for you here tonight in the Redemption iRacing Truck Series. Whoever wins this race taking home a cash prize of $25 dues. It's exciting stuff. Yep, we're on lap 20 of 80 here. Paul Sathmary leading the way. That was our first caution of the night. Paul Sathmary taking the lead here is going to be the only lead change we've had so far. But as they go through turns 3 and 4, we're getting ready to drop the hammer once again for the second time tonight. Paul Sathmary, Zach Wareham going to lead the field to green as the pace car is going to dip off. We hop up next to the flag stand here. Green flag back out. 6 laps to go in the stage 5 as they cross the stripe. Some guys on old tires getting a little spicy. Looks like everybody kept it straight though, and Paul Sathmary's gonna try to drive away. The 15 of Dylan Carrier trying to get up there to him. Your top 5 on old tires. Trucks behind them, possibly on new ones. As we're gonna go 3 wide almost for the lead. The 64 into the wall. That's gonna cost him some time. Dylan Carrier gonna lead the field across the stripe. 5 to go in stage number 1. It's a 7-truck battle right now for the lead. Anybody has a chance at this stage. They're side by side. They're 3 wide in the back. The 24 getting into the wall in that Fanta truck, keeping it straight. Can Dylan Carrier hold off the 5 of Xavier Regelbrugge, who snuck his way into second? He's on fresh tires. The 5 might make it look easy, but don't look now. The 18 is on fresh tires as well. It's going to come down to the 5 and the 18 with 3 to go here in stage number 1. These were your 2 leaders for most of the way before that first caution. Will it change hands or will it be more of the same? The 5 of Xavier Regelbrugge. You can see on your screen here, he's led 17 laps. We've done 23 of them, so he's led most of the way already. Can the 18 of Noah Blackwell find a way around? We got 3 wide now for 5th. On the 24 gets loose, he comes down, almost rolls it, hits the 33. Ryan Holler involved, no yellow yet. There it is, caution flag flies. We saw that one live, folks. The 33 of Ryan Holler and the 24 of Paul Sathmary getting taken out. And we did just have word that's going to be the stage for tonight. Xavier Regelbrugge takes home the stage win, and these drivers are going to get ready to hit pit road. Let's go ahead and take another look at that accident. Let's see what happened from the perspective of the 33 of Ryan Holler. See the 24, he just gets loose and comes down the 33 in the wrong place at the wrong time. Not much he could have done there, unfortunately. Just a tough spot there. Let's back it up a little bit. It's right on board with the 57. See what he sees here. Tough luck for the 33 of Holar. I know he had some fans in the chat. But that's going to do it for stage number 1. We're going to take our first break here in the Redemption iRacing Truck Series preseason promo race here at Charlotte. Make sure you hit that like button and that subscribe button. We'll be right back with you shortly. Back live trackside with you here at Charlotte Motor Speedway for the final stage of the promo race here at Charlotte Motor Speedway for the Redemption iRacing Truck Series. Xavier Regelbrugge leads him to green. Noah Blackwell to the outside. Let's get back racing. The 5 gets a good jump. 18 of Blackwell going to be able to settle into second. The 51 of Wyatt Mickelson trying to take that spot away. Actually, he's to the inside of the 18 now. Side by side throughout the whole field behind your leader right now. 2 by 2 by 2 as far as you can see. The 18 might have the momentum here. He's going to cover that spot up. 51 of Mickelson settles into third. Keegan Hewing, the 83, into fourth. Jordan Hand into fifth. Oh, and Keegan Huey's blinking a little bit. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Unfortunate for the 83. He might have blinked out and got sent to pit road. But we've got a side-by-side battle between the 57 and the 48. Grant Applegate, Jordan Hand. Applegate going to take that spot over. We take a look here. The 57 of Grant Applegate. He's not the Stage 1 winner. That's a lie, but he started 14th. He's all the way up into that 4th spot right now, trying to get up into second. He made his way into third. He's side-by-side for second with the 18. Coming a little close there to some potential contact. Good battles, though, behind your leader. He's excited to see it. He's just able to drive away right now. $50 laps to go in tonight's race. And let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and hit him with the Harpoon design. Bring the noise, shall we? As we're back with you here, the 5 of Xavier Regelbrugge continuing to lead the way. And that 5 truck of his, Grant Applegate in the 57, holding on to second. It's still a close battle behind from third on back. Zach Wareham currently holding on to that spot. Noah Blackwell holding on to 4th. Jordan Hand is in 5th. '18 truck getting a little bit into the wall coming out of turn 4. We've been seeing that a lot tonight. Maybe these trucks are getting a little tight coming out of the corner and they just start to push up a little bit. As long as you don't hit it too hard, though, it's not going to really affect you. Something's happening up front. The 57 of Applegate able to get to your leader. He's got him passed. I was not expecting that. The 57 of Applegate trying to fight for this lead. He's going to go side by side now with the 5 of Regelbrugge. Close battle between these two drivers. Applegate may be on fresher tires. He came in on lap 25 and took, yes, he took tires on lap 25. Xavier Regelbrugge in the 5, his tires are 7 laps older. You pull up our Hutchison Motorsports TV pit strategy board. You can see Applegate and now Zach Wareham in the 64. They're getting past that 5 truck. A lot of these guys passing the 5 of Regelbrugge are on 7-lap newer tires. So that could be hurting the 5 significantly here, as within a couple of laps he's went from 1st to 5th. But Grant Applegate now leads the way, trying to take off. Zach Wareham up into 2nd, and there's a close battle between in 3rd here between Jordan Hand and Dylan Carrier. Dallas Seward in the chat saying, didn't use my fast repair because I didn't know how bad my damage was and didn't want to burn it so early. But the truck wasn't repairable, so he's out. Yeah, that's the unfortunate circumstance. Within the last couple of damage updates, you can just be out of the frickin' race now. Before it seemed like that never happened, and now all it takes is one good hit and your night is done. Definitely something to think about. I see Christian Taylor in the chat. Good to see you having the night off. Blake Hutchinson as well, doing some real life announcing at one of his local dirt tracks. Not sure if that's done already or if he's just tuning in from the track. As look at the 48 of Jordan Hand. He's side by side with the 64, pushed up a little bit. No contact is made. The 15, Dylan Carrier. Let's hop on board with that 15 truck. It's an interesting view from his end. He's side by side with the 64 now. Watch him come out of the corner. He's probably going to have to leave him a lane here. Actually, he must have been able to clear him. So Carrier into 3rd. Kendallville, Indiana native. So far tonight, these guys putting on a good show. We've had a couple of incidents, but nothing too crazy. Been some pretty respectful racing all throughout the field. Lots of new names, lots of new faces on the track and in the YouTube chat tuning in. Adam Tyler saying, hope everyone is having a good night. I sure am. Having a blast here watching some good racing here in the Redemption iRacing Truck Series. Hope everything's looking good on the stream, trying some new settings out. Hopefully it all looks good, runs good, sounds good. If not, let me know. As we're over the halfway point now, we've got 35 laps to go, and I imagine we're not there yet, but soon enough we're going to be close to some green flag pit stops. As we take a look at our race analysis, you can see here stage 1 was 25 laps in, the final stage 55 laps long. We're just about 20 laps into that now, 34 laps to go. Grant Applegate, your current leader. We've had 2 yellows, 3 lead changes. And you see him there on your screen, the 57 of Applegate leads the way. He's led for the last 10 laps. He's your leader and he's your biggest mover. Started back in that 14th spot as mentioned previously. And he's leading the way. The 48 of Jordan Hand behind him, no slouch either, started in 13th and he's made his way up to 2nd. Field's starting to get spread out here as these tires get older. There's some close racing here farther back. You can see a good battle here between a couple of drivers. As it looks like the 18 of Noah Blackwell, he's hit pit road. Could this be the start of a pit cycle? 31 laps to go. I can imagine they could bank it on fuel from here. Blake Hutchinson's got to get back on the mic in real life. Good luck, brother. Have fun. Call somebody junk out there. I'm sure they love it. But I think we might be starting to see some green flag stops here. The 5 of Regelbrugge able to settle into this 4th spot now on these older tires. Probably thankful he didn't fall back any farther than that. This is your closest pack on track here. These 3 trucks. The 5, the 51, and the 33. It's funny, you can see every single one of them running a different line through that corner. The 5 on the high line, the 51 kind of in the middle, and then the 33, he's on the low side. You saw the 33 of Hallar get absolutely junked during the previous wreck, I believe. He must have burned his fast repair because he's back out there, and he is getting passed now by, who is that? Is that the 83? No, that's not the 83. I have to assume that was lap traffic of some sort because their tires were way too quick. I bet it was the 64 here. Yeah, 64, Zach Wareham. He's come in. He came in back on lap 45 and I missed it, so he's on fresh tires already. You see the 69 of John Kraverick. He hits pit lane. I see some smoke behind him. He must have had a sketchy pit entry. A lot of these guys coming down pit road now to start the last cycle of the race. Applegate stays out there, though. He's got the 24 of Paul Sathmary. Looking to get by him here, get a lap back. Side by side, the 24 gonna get the pass done to get his lap back. One of many. The 24, unfortunately, 13 laps down here. As we've got more pit announcements happening. The 5 of Xavier Regelbrugge currently in pits, as well as the 25 of Jeff Engler and the 22 of Phil Simpson. The 51 of Mickelson and the 33 of Hallar. The newest names to hit pit lane. Applegate and Hand staying out there. Dylan Carrier not far behind. Vincent Provenzano in 4th place in the 3 truck. As they go 3 wide with some lap traffic there. I'm sure the 57 of Applegate is going to hit pit road at any time here. He must be holding out for a yellow, otherwise he's not going to be in a good spot. The 15 of Dylan Carrier hits pit road now. That leaves only 3 trucks yet to pit here under green flag conditions. That's the 3 of Vincent Provenzano, 48/3 of Jordan Hand, and then the 57 of Grant Applegate, who's led 19 laps here. I think at this point he's just going to stay out until he runs the tank dry. He's kind of committed to this strategy. I'm definitely surprised that the 48 of Hand behind him hasn't hit pit road, or the 3. The 3 hitting pit road now, actually, just as I say it. But Hand and Applegate continue to stay out there. Hearing on the radio, sources telling me the 57 and the 48 going to come down pit lane this time. And you see him there, about a straightaway ahead, the 64, Zach Wareham, currently in 3rd. Once he gets by those 2 drivers ahead of him, he's going to take over your race lead. And he's got 6 seconds back to the closest driver. A 64 Wareham, I don't know if it was just his pit stop being 4 laps earlier than the second closest guy, but he's going to have a huge lead as the 57 and 48 do hit pit road. You can see here the 64 pit on lap 45. You look back at the 18 of Blackwell, who's just now coming down the backstretch. He pit 4 laps later on lap 49. You compare their lap times. Well, it's not quite comparing the 64's lap. We'll get a good comparison this time around when the 18 crosses the stripe. Noah Blackwell 30.7 compared to Zach Wareham's 31.2, so he's about 0.5 of a second quicker. He's trying to make that lead shrink. Noah Blackwell in the 18 out of Roseville, California, I believe. Gonna try to reel in that 64 truck from the lead. Go back to 3rd place. It's the 5 truck of Xavier Regelbrugge, who led a majority of the beginning of this race. Tire strategy made him lose some track position. Eddie Mastis in chat, who remembers when NASCAR did iRacing during COVID? I definitely remember. It was funny seeing the guys that were on iRacing before who tried to take it serious compared to the guys that never did it and treated it as a video game. It was definitely interesting. An interesting time for sure. Go ahead and walk through your top 10 here with 19, soon to be 18 laps to go. Zach Wareham, once again, leading the way here out of Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. In 2nd place, trying to reel him down, is Noah Blackwell to Roseville, California. Caution is out. What has happened? Something with Wyatt Mickelson in the 51. He's turned around on the front stretch. He gets it back going. Let's see what happened to the 51. It's not telling me anyone else crashed. So we'll have to take a look at what could have happened here. Coming out of turns 3 and 4, 51 gets into the wall a little bit. Not sure who that was behind him, if it was the 48 a Hand possibly. Nowhere to go. Just kind of gets into the back of that 51 truck. Let's go ahead and go back and right on board with that truck. It looks like it was him. Seems like we had an issue here under yellow. The 5 of Xavier Regelbrugge involved. Let's go back and see what we can see there. There were some choice words on the radio about it. Caution's already happened. We're checking up for the pace car, and he just gets run into. 22 of Phil Simpson was not ready to check up. It's unfortunate for the 5 truck, but he's going to get his spot back. Several cars coming down pit road, several of them staying out. As we're getting down to the nitty-gritty here, only a couple laps left. Take a look once again at our race recap. Lap 65 of 80. Leader currently Noah Blackwell Spicy Egg Roll, as it says there. That's our 3rd caution. And this is going to be our 4th lead change. The 18 going to lead the way for the first time tonight. 15 to go. Let me know in the chat if you're watching. Who's your pick to win this thing? Lots of strong trucks up here towards the front. The 57 of Applegate's led plenty of laps. The 18's been up there in the front the whole time. The 15 of Carrier, kind of a late run truck showing up. And then, of course, the man who's led the most laps tonight, the 5 of Xavier Regelbrugge. Let me know who we're going to be looking out for here. Let's go ahead and get into, while we're under caution, let's go ahead and do some Harpoon Design Peep the Paints. Let's get up close and personal to some of these trucks and take a look at some of the paint jobs. The one that jumped out to me before, the 15 there, Dylan Carrier, that's a nice looking paint scheme he's got going on. The 57 Applegate, that's a pretty unique machine. A little bit of anime vibes going on there. Ryan Hollar there with the Morgan & Morgan paint scheme. Let's get another good shot as the pace car lights go off. Let's see if we can see some more paints. Jeff Engler there says he's the 25 driving the 17 Smith & Wesson Ford. That's a unique paint scheme going on there. Got some beef going in the chat. Some drivers unhappy about something, not quite sure what. I did miss that. Hugh E38 in the chat saying, let's go Wyatt. Antoinette Regelbrugge saying, let's go Xavier. JT Tinker, he is in the chat. Dropping the link to harpoondesign.com. The world's #1 iRacing paint builder. I'm not saying it. You're saying it. Paint started at only $25. But we're getting ready to go back green once again here from Charlotte Motor Speedway. Pace cars off. Dylan Carrier. Noah Blackwell leading the field to green. Green flag in the air once again. 15 to go. The 18 of Noah Blackwell. Huge jump. 15 of Carrier must have been sleeping. He's already side by side now for second with the 48/3 of Jordan Hand. The 57 of Grant Applegate looking to get back towards the lead. The 15 gives him a block. Blocks him again. 57 says, fine, I'll just push you through the corner. We'll see what happens. The 18 of Blackwell, he's not able to take off. The 15 gets to his bumper now. He's going to look to the inside. 64 getting loose in the background. He holds on to it. It just stepped up a whole notch here in the Redemption iRacing series. As this race is getting down towards the wire, these guys are getting exciting here. What a block from the 15 on the 57 of Applegate. 57 goes up high, takes the Larson line. He's going to have the momentum coming out of the corner, but will the 15 come up and block him off? He will. 12 laps to go here. Lap 69 of 80. And we've got a heck of a battle for the lead. We've got a battle for third even here between the 48/3 of Hand and the 64 Wareham. 3 throwing a block on him. And they're side by side again for the leader. The 57 on the low line this time. Is he going to be able to take it? Not yet. They're going to be side by side across the stripe. Carrier leading at the line barely by a bumper. Side by side through 1 and 2. Now down the backstretch, the 57 at Applegate. Trying everything he can to take this race lead over. Not been able to do it. He's going to slide up now, and he does take it over once again. Applegate goes back to the lead. He's led 23 laps so far tonight. It doesn't look like a 15's ready to give up easy, but does he have the truck to get back by him? He looks to the inside now on the 57. Side by side once again for the lead. The Kendallville, Indiana native, Dylan Carrier, covers up out of turn 4. It's going to be 9 to go, and we cross the stripe. They're side by side again for the lead between the 57 and 15. Jordan Hand in the background licking his lips, hoping they keep battle and let him into the race. Xavier Regelbrugge and Zach Wareham sneaking up in the background as well for 4th and 5th. It's going to be a dogfight here as this race gets closer to the end. Jordan Hand makes the move for 2nd. He's going to be able to make the pass on the 15. We'll see if it holds. Grant Applegate trying to run away now. If these two behind him keep battling, he's probably going to be able to do just that. We're getting down to the wire here. If you like what you're seeing, go ahead and hit that like button. Show us some support. We're bringing you some crazy racing here between these guys in the Redemption iRacing series. Hand pushes up out of the corner a little bit. The 15 trying to look underneath. Can't get it done. Does Jordan Hand have enough to reel in Grant Applegate? We take a look at their last lap times. The leader faster by a little over a 10th, and they're sideways behind him. The 64 of Zach Wareham able to keep it saved. The 15 of Dylan Carrier side by side with him. That got sketchy. I don't know how they were able to keep it going. The 64 into the wall. The top 3 drivers there on the top line just smacked the wall in unison pretty much. It's getting rowdy here with 6 to go. '64 and 5 side by side for 3rd. Xavier Regelbrugge, he's led plenty of laps. He's trying to get back up there. Is he going to be the truck that has enough to catch the 57 of Applegate? It's yet to be determined, but with 5 laps to go when they cross the stripe, it's coming down to the wire now. These drivers are running out of time. Dylan Carrier in the 15 starting to slip back. He finds himself in 6th, under pressure for 7th. If you're liking this, we've got 2 streams for you tomorrow night. We're going to be multi-streaming. We've got MCR, Motor City Racing, doing some IMSA racing at Imola. It's going to be the start of their season number 4. Potentially 60 cars on the track. Make sure you tune into that. Meanwhile, I'll be live with the Blackout Racing League from North Wilkesboro for some more Truck Series action. I'm going to have double stream tomorrow night. Sure to be amazing, just as this race has been, as the 5 of Regelbrugge has made his way into 2nd. When we cross the stripe, it's going to be 3 laps to go. We compare the lap times here when they cross the line of the 57 and the 5. Xavier Regelbrugge about 4/10 of a second quicker that last time around. If he keeps that pace up, he's going to be able to get there. It's going to come down to the wire here between the 57 and the 5. 2 laps to go now as they cross the stripe. 8 more corners for the 57. He's just got to seal the deal. Does the 5 truck have enough? The 5 of Regelbrugge led almost half of this race early on. Had an issue. He hasn't seen the lead since, but coming through turns 3 and 4, he's only a couple of tenths off the lead. White flag in the air here at Charlotte. One more time around for these drivers. Can the 5 get it done? Can he get to the back door of the 57 and get by him? Not sure, but we've got one more corner to see the 57 trying to break the draft like he's in an Indy car. One more corner, the 5 sends it in. Not going to be able to get it done. The 57 of Applegate. Grant Applegate leads the way across the stripe. He's going to win here tonight at Charlotte Motor Speedway. For the first race of the night, for the first race of this series, the Redemption iRacing series here on Hutchison Motorsports TV, that was absolutely a banger, I must say. Congratulations are due to the 57. Xavier Regelbrugge brings home second. Jordan Hand in third. Wyatt Mickelson fourth. Zach Wareham brings home fifth. Jeff Engler, Dylan Carrier, Ryan Hollar, Vincent Provenzano, and John Kraverick round out your top 10 as you watch the 57 burn it down. We're going to turn some music on for just a moment, and then we'll be back with you for top 3 interviews here on Hutchison Motorsports TV. Let's go ahead and get some interviews underway here tonight. The first driver we're going to talk to, bringing home third in the number 48/3 truck, it's going to be Jordan Hand. Let's bring him on in. Jordan, it is Jesse Becker up here in the booth with HMS TV. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Good to talk to you. Congratulations on being the first one to be interviewed here in the Redemption iRacing series. You finished third here tonight. Pretty good result for you here. Go ahead and talk us through that race for you.
Yeah, man, it was a blast. I haven't really raced these trucks in a minute, so I was kind of shocked. They kind of drive a little bit more different than I remember, to be honest with you. It took a little bit more skill, I feel like. But yeah, it was a fun one. Had to save a little bit of tire. I hate that one caution came out with me and Wyatt, but I didn't expect him to hit the wall, and that was just kind of unfortunate. But man, it was a fun race, though.
Yeah, and I looked back at it, and I feel like you were kind of in the wrong place at the wrong time there. He got into the wall a little bit, and you just happened to be there right behind him. A lot of trucks getting into the wall tonight. Were they tight on exit, or was it a matter of people getting loose and chasing it up the track?
To To be honest with you, it was a mix of both, to be honest with you, Jesse. But I would say for the majority of the run, it was mostly loose and, you chase it up the track. But it was, it's just really unfortunate, too, because when you did get loose, the person behind you get that one, hell of a run. And so you try not to hit them. But it was a fun one, though. I got to be honest. For a fixed setup, that was pretty damn good.
Yeah, I don't have much else for you other than congratulations. And if you have any shout outs you want to make, go ahead and make them.
Yeah, I want to shout out everybody that came out tonight. Shout out you, Jesse, and everybody that's on the broadcast crew. Appreciate you guys coming out and, going to be putting on a broadcast for us. And again, thanks for all the people that came out tonight. I'm excited for the shootout next week, and we're going to have a good one.
Yeah, it should be a great time. And congratulations once again for you on the podium finish, Jordan Hand.
Hey, hopefully we get a lot more, right?
Absolutely. Good luck.
Hey, you too, buddy.
That was the 48 there, Hand finishing in third place. Let's go ahead and see what your second place finisher, Xavier Regelbrugge, thinks about tonight's race. Led a whole lot of the way. Ended up coming short by one spot. Let's go ahead and talk to him here. Xavier, it's Jesse up here in the booth. Do you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, good to talk to you. I hope I haven't been butchering your last name all night. I've been saying Regelbrugge. Is that right?
It's a little close. Regelbrugge.
Brugge, okay. That's my bad. Dylan did tell me, but I forgot, and I knew I was close, but I felt like I was wrong, and I certainly was. But you led most of the way at the beginning, and then I'm not sure if it was just a bad tire call, kind of made you drop some spots, and you weren't able to make them back. But go ahead and talk us through that race for you tonight.
Well, that first caution did throw off the strategy a little bit. I thought it'd be smart to come in, just slap on some new tires sooner rather than later. It wasn't the call. It worked out for a little bit at the start of that run, but then I started getting really tight and I dropped a little bit. Then pit stop cycle started, and I cycled out to third, which was pretty good. And that, well, I think, how many cautions did we have after the stage? Like 2 or 3?
I think we had 1 or 2 after the stage. There was, I think, 2 before.
Yeah, something like that. So this is after green flag pit stops, after the leaders pitted outside of me. The caution came out, and there was a small incident on the backstretch. I wasn't actually going to pit that caution. I thought I was just going to stay out, just wait for another caution. Hindsight, thankfully I didn't. But then the 22 came barreling in and kind of wrecked me a little bit. He gave me damage, so I had to come in and take my fast repair. And I was already upset with him a little bit because earlier, while I was trying to chase down the leaders, he just was blocking me, and that was annoying. So I did lose my temper in the chat a little bit, and I did show my displeasure. I went up to him, and I door banged him and whatnot. But outside of that, pretty good incident-free race. I got into another little incident with Blackwell or Noah. Had a nice little battle with the 64. I thought I had enough to go chase down Grant, but nope, I didn't.
Yeah, I gotta say, I thought you did too. I was sure we were gonna have a good battle there at the end, and it seemed like right there in the closing laps, it just kind of fell off a little bit too much for you. Can you contribute that to maybe some dirty air, or were your tires just kind of done at that point after fighting your way back through the field?
Well, everyone was decently not too difficult to get by because of the tire advantage, but the 64 was battling me hard. We door banged a couple times down the off corner exit and whatnot. I think he was a little frustrated too. But that definitely did hold me up. I feel like if the 64 didn't hold me up, I could have, I think, at least got side by side with Grant and try to muscle my way through for the win.
Well, you absolutely had a good race. Of course, you led most of the beginning of it and bringing home second. You got a lot of fans in the chat so far. I definitely think you had the most fans out of anybody in the chat. So if you have any shout-outs you want to make, go ahead and let them know.
Oh, yes, very grateful for everyone that showed up in the chat. Who do we got in the chat? I know for sure we had Mario in the chat. Shout out to you. He pinged in his server about this race. I don't know who else was in the chat. I really only see him. Oh, of course, shout out to my grandma. She's always here rooting for me. Thank you very much, Grandma. I appreciate you every day. Shout out to my teammate Joseph. He got into a little bit of I don't know. I think his truck was super tight or loose, and he just kind of parked it. So that sucks. But shout out to him too. Thank you for letting me race on your team, bro. Love you as always. And shout out to my sponsor, Plush.
All right. Well, congratulations on your podium finishing second here, Xavier Regal-Brugge. Did I get it wrong again?
It's Regal-Brugge.
Well, all I can say is just a fun fact. If you think I'm bad, just wait until Blake's broadcasting next week, because he will never remember it.
Well, I was in that exhibition LMP2 truck race you guys ran last week, and
Well,
I don't know. I think you were there too. I won that.
Yeah, it was an interesting race for sure, but good luck going forward, and hope to see you a lot more here in the booth during the season.
Yes, thank you much, and I'm looking forward to talking to you guys more.
All right, congratulations once again on second place.
Thank you.
That's going to leave us one more person to talk to. The 57 of Grant Applegate taking home the win. That's not how you spell first. We'll get it right. There we go. Let's go ahead and bring him into the booth here, see what he has to say. Grant, it's Jesse up in the booth. Do you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Bringing home the win, the debut show for the Redemption iRacing series here on Hutchinson Motorsports TV. Go ahead and talk us through that race for you tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it was an interesting one. Honestly, I didn't really practice much, and I haven't drove the trucks in a while. So thankfully it's Charlotte, which is a pretty simple track. But yeah, those first 15 laps, I was just trying to figure it out. And then me and Jordan Hand were kind of driving through the field, trying to see what we can do, and got a little bit of lucky with the strategy stuff where some people took tires and we stayed out and then took tires at the stage. So that gave us the better tires, and he was kind of still trying to save his tires a little bit, and I just took off with mine to get to the lead and run away. That's why he kind of caught me at the back end of that run. And then, yeah, caution comes out. So all that strategy, throw it out the window. We got 15 laps, run as hard as you can. So that's what I did. And thankfully, by the time Xavier got to me, he had burnt his stuff up, and I could just kind of move up and aero block a little bit and was able to hold the lead. And yeah, it was a short race, honestly. It felt really quick.
Yeah, it seems like strategy gets thrown out the window every time here on iRacing. As soon as you think you're on a good pit strategy, the yellow's going to fly and screw it all up anyways, but it still worked out good for you, of course, taking home the win. Xavier did say that if the 64 hadn't battled him as hard, that he might have been able to get to you, but as you said, his tires were just kind of burned up there at the end. So, not much else to say, really, other than a great race from you, and kind of a quiet one at the beginning, but you came through strong. You were the biggest mover of the night, starting 14th, ending up in first. But once again, congratulations on the win. And do you have any shout-outs you want to make tonight?
Just shout out to everybody who helps put the show on. You for broadcasting, the league people for giving us a place to show up and have fun. So just appreciate everybody who puts the show on.
All right. Well, congratulations again on being winning the debut here of the Redemption iRacing series on Charlotte. You're the only person that can say they did that, so that's definitely a congratulations in an order. And once again, congrats on the win, Grant Applegate.
Thank you very much.
All right. Well, that's going to do it here for us here at Hutchinson Motorsports TV here from Charlotte. Once again, congratulations to the man in the 57, Grant Applegate, taking home the win. Xavier Regal-Brugge in second place. I'll get his name right eventually. I promise I will. I promise. And then Jordan Hand bringing home third. One more time before we go, I want to remind you tomorrow night, MCR Motor City Racing going to be taking GT3s, GTPs, and LMP2s to the track of Imola. 60 cars potentially on track for that one. It's going to be exciting stuff. Meanwhile, at the same time, actually about an hour later, we're going to go live with the Blackout Racing League. Some more Truck Series action. They're going to be at North Wilkesboro for that one. Multi-stream going on, so stay tuned for that. If you're new here, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, show us some support. It was a great turnout here for race number 1 of the Redemption iRacing series. Their season's not started yet, so if you want to sign up, there's still time. Go ahead and check out the Discord in the description. We've got links there to join their Discord. And you can see other stuff like power rankings, HMS TV events, and more. One more time before I run the outro, I'm going to let Mr. Larry McReynolds remind you of what you need to do. And then we're going to roll this outro and get out of here. Thank you for tuning in tonight. I'm Jesse Becker up here in the booth for Hutchison Motorsports TV. Have a great night.
I'm Larry McReynolds. Remember, in any type of racing, it's all about execution. So right now, subscribe to Hutchison Motorsports TV today. You know America's crew chief. I would never steer you wrong.
42 right there with him. Smokes him. Oh my goodness! Oh! The whole field is junk. It's a parking lot. They door slam each other. Checkered flag in the air. It's gonna be too close to call. Oh, he just got smoked. Oh my goodness! Turned. He got dumped in IMSA racing. Caution is out. Oh! He's dead. Toward each other with their chunks.